Hi guys, I'm here with a pre-intro before the intro because this video has been long overdue. By about 2 months or so, I've just not been bothered to want to edit videos. Simply put, there's no other reason for it. So it's been put off, but it's coming to your faces right now. But there's also another reason why I've done an intro before the intro. I want to pay homage to one of my favourite YouTubers and fellow skateboarding legends, Anthony from over Adventures in Skateboarding at 40 Plus. And how do I want to pay homage to him, you might ask? Like this. Beer of the video. So this one's called Half Pipe and it's a pale ale. It says it's a fruity hop with a zingy bitter kick. So let's crack it open and see what it tastes like. It's good. It is good. Yeah, you can taste a little bit of kick afterwards on it. It's nice. That is nice. Just trying to figure out where it's from. I'm not exactly sure. Ireland, I think. Crafted in a small batches using Cascades, Goldings, Admiral, Sentinel and Columbus hops. Oh, it's good. Whatever it is, it's good. And now I'll pass you on over to the past AM Skateboards for the intro to the video. Hope you enjoy this review on the Globe Skateboard deck, and I may pop in from time to time to do a bit of commentary over the top of the video. As a kid, I always thought Globe skateboarding shoes were great shoes. I have never seen or ridden the Globe Skateboard deck, and that's what this is. And I wanted to give it a try. Are the decks as good as the shoes? Because the shoes, I feel, were really good when I was younger and growing up. They were my favourite pair of skate shoes. So, I've seen this online and I thought I'm going to have to give this a try. So here is my review of Globe Skateboards. So the first session, day one, did basic flat ground tricks just to get used to the board. You know, the first couple of ollies that I did, and I just went on from there. So after the two first custom-made ollies, the board feels okay, but it just looks weird and strange. It's just, I just don't like the shape of the nose and the tail. I don't know if you can see here. Just turn the camera around. Like that shape there, it's just not. To me, it feels like a cheap. See, well, it doesn't feel. It looks like a cheap board would look. That's the kind of look I imagine of a cheap board. Some people do like that shape, but for me, it just reminds me of cheap boards what I've had when I was younger. But yeah, feels okay. So we're going to go ahead and have the customary flat ground session on the new board. That's the best way to get a feel and see how good the board is. So here we go. just before I headed out on my London trip, and I thought I wanted to try test the board out in the streets. So the plan was to hit up a few street spots, but as you'll see as this day progresses, it started to rain and I just ended up only doing this, and I had to leave because of the rain. So for day 3, the plan was to go and do some board slides. Let's try and get longer and better board slides. I started off warming up with some 180s. After I did a 180, I just did that little fakey kickflip attempt, which was not something I do very often. Normally when I try and do it, it does a varial, so I was surprised that it actually kept straight. And then these attempts here, as you can see, when I'm not really doing good 180 and keeping it round proper, I just tried the regular kickflip, and I did that more often than I would like to admit to. Just for some reason I'm just struggling to get the 180 round. And for that reason, and the fact I was actually keeping the fakey flip straight and it wasn't doing the varial, I ended up spending a hell of a lot more time doing this than originally planned. So I didn't board slide as much as I would have liked to do. But I still give the board slide a fair good shot, as you will see. Finally started doing some board slides, and as just warmed up with doing the little tap on slides, which I've always been doing and just got used to. Obviously it took me a while to get the first slides, as it always does with me and board slides. Once I got the first one, I was good and I was getting those little tiny slides all the time. Then it was time to try and just get from just tapping the end to actually sliding more of the rail, because that was what I was hoping. Now I didn't quite get as far along the rail as hoped to, but as you can see from the still pictures, I did start sliding further back from the first one to the last one, so improvements were made. It was a good session overall. Seeing how close I got to the basic kick flips, I had to go and try them again after I'd finished doing the board slides. I just really wanted to try and get a land. I was really feeling it. And it was towards the end of the session I was getting a little tired, so not every attempt was great, but I was getting close. Right, I think it's the next one. Yeah, they're super close. It's back foot toe touch, front foot toe touch, whatever you want to call it. And just not quite landing it. And then this one, the pop and flip on this one was great. If anything, it was too good and I overflipped it with a kickflip and a half. Carried on trying, and then I think this, bam, I land, not the cleanest, but I'll take it, my first ever fakey flip. So I carried on trying. I wanted to try and get a second one, but this is as close as I got both feet on it, and I just couldn't hold it. Something to aim for on another session. Session 4, day 4, it was time to help some transition on the board and see how it felt there. And I have been using this board during season 2 of Skate Park Saturdays, so obviously I've skated some transition in it already and I knew it was okay, but I just wanted to get a bit of transition in for this video at a skate park, which I wasn't doing for a Skate Park Saturday. I was here at Greystones just doing my usual transition tricks. I just started trying axle stalls, trying to work on the axle stall. As you people who watch the channel will know, I have tried to do quite a lot, and I don't want to bore you showing you loads of footage of me attempting axle stalls. There's just a few. So day 5, final day. Didn't really have any plans for this session. I just wanted to have one last session and give the board a good send-off. So I just started to try and do a couple of basic lines. It's been raining quite a lot, that's why I was in the middle of a car park. I've not skated for a week or two, so I was a little rusty, and I was actually surprised at how well I did with some of these lines. None of the lines were amazing, but I was surprised at how well and quickly I managed to get them, not having to really struggle too much. As the session was going well, I wanted to try and end with something new. I wanted to try and do some slappy nose slides. Started off by just doing some no stall variations. Nose slides are something I've wanted to learn for a while, but I've just never really attempted and tried to get. So I thought it was time to try it now. I was having a decent session, so why not take advantage of the good sessions. So this point here is where I first started to try and do the no stall and angle. And as soon as I put the angle into it, I was really struggling to put the weight down. That little angle of turning in changed everything up. I finally got a semi-decent one there, and then from that point it just sort of like clicked and wasn't as bad. This one was okay, and it went on from there. From that point I seemed to get it, it was okay. It wasn't too bad at all. I was getting the hang of that, and it was time to move on to try and actually slide. This one was waxed, and again, because of the wax was there at first, I was a bit dubious because I'd only just learned how to no stall at an angle, let alone doing the slides. But then again, sort of like a little dodgy one there, nothing proper, and that sort of helped me then get my brain, oh yes, I can do this. I carried on trying, and I got loads of little tiny couple of millimetre slides, nothing great. I need more speed to do well, and if I'd have tried them a bit longer, I probably would have got better, longer slides. But there was someone lurking about the car park while I was there this day, and he was stood over in the corner and he like kept watching me, and it made me feel a bit uneasy, and I didn't want to try too many attempts. I just wanted to sort of like give it a quick go and then like get out of dodge. And it was a bit unnerving having someone like watching me from afar. It's an undercover car park. I wasn't sure why he was actually even there in the first place. So, like I say, a few more tries, I probably would have got better ones. As you can see from this angle, I did slide slightly. I know they're not very good, but hey, it's the first time I've tried them, and the first time I've got them, so I am quite happy with the way it went down. So my final thoughts on the deck. It was okay, it was pretty decent. Once I got over the little shaping issue that I had at the beginning, it was fine. I mean, I landed my first ever fakie flip, and the start of no slide progression happened on it. So it can't have been that bad. Can't have been that bad at all. Would I buy one again, however? Probably not. But that's not because the board was bad. It was just because I like my almost decks. And I'm going to buy them. More often than not, I will be buying an almost deck to ride. Just because it's what I know, it's what I like, it's what I'm used to. And skateboarders, we're creatures of habit. We like to use what we know is good and tested. So I probably won't buy one again, but if I am on a budget and I do need a quick little stopgap and my board is really knackered, I wouldn't think twice about getting one. If it's just for a quick short period of time, it probably wouldn't turn out to be a short period of time, so I'll probably just keep it and use it because it was that good of a board and it was perfectly fine. But if I was a bit short on cash and I needed one like straight away, then yeah, I probably would buy one. But out of choice, no, I would probably just stick with my almost. And maybe some other different decks in the future that I will test out as one-offs as well. But that's nothing against the Globe deck. Perfectly fine, and I think it's a good skate deck to use. And that is my honest opinion on the Globe Skateboard deck. And one final review, which I did mention earlier, the beer. I'd definitely try this one again. Half pipe. The skateboarders drink. Hope you enjoyed, guys, and we'll see you in the next one very, very soon, because I do have a stockpile of videos that I need to edit. Later, folks.